Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Luke Fenhaus, of course, who drives the number 28 Chevrolet for the Pinnacle Racing Group and also is the 2021 Kawiki Driver Development Program Kawiki Cup champion for 2021. So how's it going, buddy?
I'm good. How have you been?
I've been good. It has been a while since you've been on here. So you got a big race coming up this weekend at Dover, but before we get into that, we haven't talked to you in a while, but let's just kind of talk about how this deal came together, that you're going to be driving in ARCA East and with this brand new team.
Yeah, it first started. Technically, it all started with Lauren Rainier, and me and him got paired up last year with. He brought me down to get in the Chevrolet program and be a part of that, and with Josh Wise, and brought me to North Carolina, and then he paired me up with the Cars Tour Series, and we won the championship in the Pro Late Model Series, and then this kind of just led into this, and he's the biggest part of it. He kind of brought us all together, brought Shane together, brought Mark together, so just fortunate to have great people around me that put me in these positions, and I get to do what I love each and every weekend. So I'm excited for it. Really happy to be here, and like you said, big weekend this weekend. So hopefully we can have something to show for it.
What's it going to be like going to a track like Dover? This is a track that the Cup Series runs at. Xfinity, the trucks have run here before. Pretty much every racing series has ran here. What's that going to be like to run at this track? And this is a tough racetrack to get around.
Yeah, it sure is. I've been in the simulator a couple times, and it's been a tough little track, with the angles that you take to approach the corner, and the consistency with the throttle input on it is very technical. So yeah, it's a really fast track and you're in the throttle a lot, but it's a big aero racetrack as well. So there's a lot of things to consider when going there, and it's gonna be pretty cool to have the two NASCAR series there this weekend, and hopefully lean on those guys for some help as well.
Yeah. So just like, how did you think Five Flags went for you? Because you had a pretty good race in running in your ARCA debut.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't know. So we tested probably like a week or two before that, and I just didn't. That was kind of like my refresher. I was in an ARCA car a while ago, 2-3 years ago, and that kind of I had no memory of that. So this was the first test before Five Flags, and I thought we were okay. I thought I was missing a little bit, but then when we got to Five Flags, we rolled off really well, and I was surprised by it, kind of, just with the new team, new people, new connections, everything just kind of clicked, and it went really well. I thought for our first race together, our first communication together, I thought it went well. I thought, we kind of screwed up there at the second half of the race. We didn't fire off very good, and a lot of people thought I was saving tires, and we just didn't fire off that great. We were really a fourth place car there, and then it finally came in for me, and we were able to drive up back to the 18, and I thought that was pretty good. Like I said, for our first race together as a team, and my first race in an ARCA car, I thought it was good, and we're gonna rebound off that and hopefully take that momentum into Dover.
Yeah. So I know that, for people that might not be familiar, with you, and obviously people are just kind of learning about you, just kind of tell a little bit about yourself and how you kind of got into racing and all that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I got into racing with all my family background. When I was growing up, my cousin was racing at the time, and he's just kind of who I looked up to at the time, and he was a big factor in my racing career. Really, every weekend we went to the racetrack. It was in the winter on snowmobiles, but that's kind of my background, and so I started at age 4 running small kitty cat snowmobiles, and was surrounded by my dad that raced, my grandpa that raced, my cousin that raced, and grew up around that, and then slowly transitioned to the summertime, which started in go-karts, and then ran a little bit of go-karts, then transitioned to that from bandoleros, and then after bandoleros, I got into a full-size race car, a Midwest Truck Series, and ran really good in that. Won a championship, won Rookie of the Year, and really succeeded in that. And then got into Super Late shortly after that, and that's kind of when the whole Super Late Model Series started. We started out with around 20 races right off the bat, and progressed the next year in the KDDP, and that was 32 races. So when we won it, so it's been a fun, exciting years. Throughout the past 3-4 years have been really interesting for me and a big learning curve for me. And running in the Midwest in Wisconsin there was a huge part of my racing career. It still is. The Midwest competition is really tough up there, so it's good to surround yourself with good competition. And then you can come down to North Carolina down here and run really well as well. So yeah, it's been fun so far, and hopefully we can keep it going this year. It's a big year.
Yeah. How much do you credit, being part of KDDP for those 2 years and then winning it in 2021?
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. I think it's part of where I landed up today. The connections I made in the KDP really surrounds myself where I'm at right now. It put me out in the spotlight, put me to go to more races as well. It got me out to outside the Midwest. We had a good amount of funding to keep racing in the Midwest, and then being in the Quickie driver development program, it kind of helped me explore out of the Midwest. So it's been an all around good program, good for the community. Just good to learn about yourself. So it's a great program, and obviously it helped me to get to be where I'm at today.
And what do you feel like what do you feel like you have to do to get a good solid result this weekend at Dover?
Yeah, I mean, we've went over it a bunch. I've been really studying Dover, watching a lot of in-car cameras, on the simulator. I'm on my at-home simulator, so we've done our studies for sure, and I think we're gonna have a great car when we go there. I think it's just gonna be about the fundamentals. Really, it's gonna be about keeping the four tires underneath you and not pushing over the limit of the tire, and staying in clean air. Being smart on restarts, and hopefully we can put ourselves in a good position and be there to win at the end.
All right. Well, Luke Fenhaus, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck this weekend at Dover.
Thank you, I appreciate it.